negativity isn't always a fucking bad thing. You can use negativity in a positive manner as well. You can use negativity to reframe your mindset, to reframe your sales calls, you reframe your business. You can use negativity to propel yourself to the next level. I promise you, every single time you feel like something negative happens, it's all in your perspective. Hopefully y'all are watching too. We're gonna dive into here, breaking down negativity and how to use negativity to your advantage. Let's get it. So, negativity. There's a famous quote by Bruce Lee. I'm probably going to end up butchering it. So, go listen on your own to Bruce Lee's quote. But he says, be like water, making its way through cracks. Do not be assertive, but adjust to the object, and you shall find a way around or through it. If nothing within you stays rigid, outward things will disclose themselves. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless like water. If you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle and it becomes a bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes a teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Again, I'm not doing justice to this quote because the way Bruce Lee says it is at a different level, obviously. But I want you to understand the concept behind it, right? So some people might remember you from your status or maybe the shit you wear or some other materialistic BS, but nothing leaves a more stronger impression on someone about you other than unwavering calmness, regardless of the situation. Okay. In times of tension and distress, the ones who are remembered are the ones that manage to stay calm, especially in times of, havoc or whatever else is happening. And one of the strongest ways that I've found to work to stay calm all the time is negative framing. So the Stoics used this principle. I'm big on Stoicism. Go read into it on your own. But the Stoics use this principle. They would experience the absolute worst case scenario first thing in the morning, right? Whatever it is that their day consisted of, they imagined everything to go in the absolute worst way possible, and then they see how they felt. So let's say you run a business. The worst thing that can happen to you, you don't sell anything today, right? Or even maybe you're spending money on ads and a lot of money went out from your business and nothing came back in. Maybe that's the worst case scenario. Or maybe you're a salesperson and you didn't close any deals today. You had 8 calls scheduled, no one showed up, or 3 showed up and they cursed you out. Like these are like absolute worst case scenarios for you if you're in sales or business. Now, once the Stoics did that, they would start their day. Now, if things did go bad, they already knew what they were feeling, and then calmness would just immediately, almost automatically take over. And we can apply this to ourselves today, especially when it comes to sales and business. All right. Go into every single call or meeting expecting and even hoping for a no. Every single call, every single meeting. All right. That's when our job starts. As salespeople, that's when our fucking job starts. Okay. And you'll see once you start doing this, obviously subconsciously, you're not consciously doing this. You can actually start using some of the strategies that you learn, whether it's via this channel or someone else. You can actually start use some of these strategies to turn those no's into yeses, right? Because you're expecting the no already and you're not focused on and hoping for a yes. And it's crazy to add on to that. It blows my mind why some salespeople think that a random stranger should happily give them their hard-earned money for whatever it is that you're selling. So let me be very clear on this. You're a fucking nobody in their life, in your customer's life. All right. Especially when you're first meeting them. Accept that. And that's okay. You're there to help solve a problem that they might have and make money doing it. Same thing with your prospect. Your prospect is there to get help with a certain problem and they'll happily pay if it makes sense to them. Whether it's emotionally or logically, that's a whole different topic. But that doesn't mean you should be expecting a yes when you get on the phone or when you get on a Zoom meeting with a client. It doesn't work like that. Every time I listen to sales calls for review, I hear this. It's like a moment of disappointment when a prospect hits the closer with some sort of objection. And the cause for this is usually the salesperson feels like the call went great and they should have closed, but then they didn't. Right. And a lot of times this can be avoided going into the call neutral, which is very tough for a lot of people, or going into the call expecting a no. And if you're relatively new into sales, I mean, less than 5 years experience, you're going to do a lot better than negative framing rather than neutral. All right. So hopefully you got something out of this using negativity to your advantage. And that's it for this one. I'll see you on the next one. Obviously, like, subscribe, share, all the good noise. Peace.